hear the music. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the third installment of the 24th season of the Mr. Phil Show. That's right, I said the third one on the 24th season. This time, I'm gonna count all of our episodes because I want to let people know what episode you're on. So you're on our third episode. This is to our star who's sitting over here quietly waiting for him to be introduced. And right now, I'd like to introduce to you the one, the only, in karaoke, he is called the world famous Mr. Phil. Well, hello, Phil.
Hello there.
How are you today?
Hey, Mary.
So how are things, the world famous Mr. Phil?
Great, just great.
Terrific. You know, I have a surprise for you tonight.
Yeah?
We have tonight for everybody the biggest surprise. Remember we were talking all last season? We had baby watch, baby watch, baby watch. I promised you that Sophia, my granddaughter, once she was born, was going to come out here and make her debut. Tonight, on our show, live, we have the youngest co-host ever in the history of TV. This is Miss Sophia Marie Hamilton. She is 7 weeks old. And I'm proud to say this is my granddaughter. And my husband, Ken, who is the proud grandfather, is going to try to get a nice close-up. Say hello, Sophia. Dana, say something? No? Not right now? Maybe later we can actually get her to say something, or we can get her to laugh. She knows her Uncle Phil.
Yes.
See that face? Oh, my goodness.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so anyway, I think I told you guys last week that she got to finally meet Phil. He bought her a stroller.
Right.
Which she really likes.
Look at him taking the mic.
She's going to take the mic. Did you have something to say? Are you telling me you don't care for this? Well, maybe she wants a pacifier for a few minutes. You know, like all adults, they need pacifiers.
Right, I can see.
Adults need pacifiers.
All right. I can see one thing.
What's
Sophia.
that? What are you going to tell me about Sophia?
Does that mean I'm going to get attitude from her too now?
Of course you are. This is my granddaughter.
Oh, yeah.
She is going to give you as much attitude, if not more, because I hear everything gets even more intensified with each new generation.
Oh, yeah.
So you just never know.
Yeah, right.
She just might want to come in here and kick your beep. I won't say it. That's if he's still got one by then, right? Uh-huh. So we've been having a very good week. We've been having a lot of fun with Sophia. I watched her today for a while because her mom and dad had to work.
Yeah.
And I have Wednesdays is Sophia and Grammy Day.
Wow.
So every Wednesday I get Sophie and we do our thing, regardless of what mommy and daddy are doing.
Okay.
I steal her for the day. So I'm going to get her up and get her to see her wife, Sandy.
Yes.
I know Sandy's waiting to see her.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. So now tonight's star of our show.
Right.
We have a whole different scenario tonight.
Right.
We're not going to really sing. You're going to do your song.
Well, I'm going to do a song.
Our star, who I'm going to introduce in just a little while, is a friend of ours from the Hoboken Film Festivals, which is where we first met.
Right.
And it was great. It was love at first sight. We really just, you know, we were into being friends with each other like from the get-go.
Right.
And instead of singing, he's going to sit over here and he's going to kind of break it down for us.
Right.
And show us a little bit of what he does.
Okay.
He's an actor.
Yeah.
And he's been in a few films. And he's music producer. And he's doing a whole lot of other stuff. And we're going to find that out. But we're actually going to get to spend the whole hour talking to him tonight and finding out what's going on in his life.
Right.
All these great debuts and stuff that are going on in his life. And all these things. And so right now, so we can get our hour really started. And I think, Sophia, are you ready to hear Uncle Phil sing?
Yeah, okay.
Make her say, yeah, okay.
Look,
Well, we're going to have Uncle Phil sing tonight.
yes.
What are you singing tonight?
I had a dream.
I had a dream.
Right.
And this dream has come true.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
That's right.
Look at this. Look at this.
Look at, she's just holding his hand and she's staring at him and she's actually feeding him messages, through the air. She's like her grandma. She's psychic.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Just like Grandma.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah,
So
so-
why don't you get up and do your song and let's get
Okay.
started because I really am really
All right.
excited to introduce
Okay.
our star tonight. I don't know if
Okay.
anybody knows Mr. Mike Flowerz. He's our star tonight. And let
Okay.
me tell you, we are going to have a lot of fun.
Right. So I just want to tell you, Sophia, since you're breaking in and training as co-host, on every show we have to have me sing one song because that's the franchise of the show.
So-
We're known as a music talk show,
One
and we have
One
to at
show.
least do one song to keep the franchise as a music talk show. So just remember that when you get older. Me or somebody else has to do one song.
That's right. And, one of these days we're going to have her on and I'll do a lullaby for her.
Yes.
But she's been sleeping all day. If I do a
Yeah.
lullaby now, I'm afraid she'll fall asleep.
Okay.
So keep your song upbeat.
Okay.
All right.
All
Here we
right.
go. Mr. Phil, I Had a Dream.
I had a dream.
Written by Mr. Carl Richards.
Okay. Higher. Okay, just. Okay. Camera shots. That's what you call. Yes. Louder, please. Thank you. I had a dream. My dream has come true. I had a dream, and I'd like to thank you. I sing from my heart. You know that it's true. I had a dream, and I'd like to thank you. I chased the rainbow. I found my pot of gold. I grabbed for the brass ring, and here it is I hold. I had a dream, my dreams have come true. I worked so hard to get it to you. Now I had a dream, my dreams have come true. I had a dream. Now I stand in front of you. I found my pot of gold. I grabbed for the brass ring, and now here it is I hold. I had a dream. My dreams have come true. I had a dream. Now I stand in front of you. I had a dream. My dreams have come true. Thank you.
That was great. I had to
Thank-
make sure that I got myself out of the shot.
Yes.
That's great. Okay, now I had a dream. So 24 years ago, you had a dream that you were going to do something on TV.
Yeah. That's right.
And guess what? You did. And you don't like that idea? Oh my. Well, I guess we've got a negative from this one. Because let's just bring on Mr. Mike. I want to see Mr. Mike. She was sitting over there and she's watching him while you're singing. And
Yes.
she really liked doing that while you were singing.
Right.
So, let's turn her around. You hold this.
Yes.
Okay. Sophia, I want you to point over there. Mr. Mike. Here we go. Mr. Mike Flowerz is a great friend of ours, and we are very proud to have him the very first time on the Mr. Phil Show. So come on over and take a seat.
Yes.
Woo, Mike.
Yes.
Yeah, man. Hi.
Hey.
Mr. Mike, would you like to see our co-host here? Would
Yes.
like to come over and say hi.
Hey,
This is Miss Sophia. Sophia, do you have any questions for Mr. Mike?
How are you?
Say hi, Mr. Mike.
She's so beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah, she's getting.
But she was, before she was, but sometimes she'll get talking. Oh, she's really giving it to you with those eyes.
Beautiful eyes.
Yeah,
So
right.
I'll just have to tell you guys. I'll translate for her. She's looking at Mike and she's saying, "Wow, man, where did you come from?"
Yes.
So what area are you from?
I'm actually from the Bronx, New York.
From the Bronx, New York.
From the
All right. I know
Bronx,
so
New
many
York.
people from the Bronx. So many great
Yeah.
people come out of the Bronx.
Yes,
It's
yes,
great.
yes, yes.
Absolutely great. And I know a lot of your friends
Yes.
that you've been doing work with.
Absolutely.
Come out of there.
Absolutely.
All right. So,
Yes.
as I mentioned before, we met at the Hoboken Film Festival.
Yes.
Right.
Correct.
Three of
Correct.
us.
Correct.
Right.
Yes.
What, 2 years, 3 years ago?
Like, because there was a couple of them, so it has to be.
At
Like
your first one, which would have been 2016
Yeah,
in Middletown.
Right.
Yeah.
Correct.
Oh, in
That was
Middletown.
it.
That's right, in Middletown.
Absolutely,
And it was
absolutely.
great because, like I said
was
before,
amazing.
we started like, oh man, you know what? We really we got to be friends because
You
we
guys
had
are
this
awesome
connection,
people.
man.
You guys are awesome people.
Thanks.
Awesome personalities.
And so are
genuine and
you.
authentic.
I mean, that's why we all clicked, which was
That's
great.
why we're here,
And
Summer.
we're still in contact with each other all the
Absolutely.
time.
Yeah, right.
So now that Mike's got all kinds of things going on,
All kinds of things going on.
it is absolutely time to have you on.
I'm so grateful to be here.
Oh, it's grateful.
Well,
We're grateful to
thank
have you. And
We're,
so
we're
much,
just
Mr.
so
Phil.
we're so.
how
glad to
many
have
film
you.
festivals have you done for Hoboken?
I have done 3.
3.
Three.
Three.
Okay.
Were you in Middletown?
Yes, I was. That was actually
Was that the first one?
no, actually yeah,
This
it was
is the second one. They did a couple in Middletown.
No, I did it. It had to be 3 times, but Middletown, because they did it twice in Middletown.
Twice in
right?
Middletown and
I
then
was-
Greenwood Lake.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
I
it
was in the.
3 times, yeah.
This is going to be my number 4.
Yeah.
Wow, no.
So-
Actually,
You're a
veteran,
2015,
man. You're a
16,
veteran.
17.
Yes, with
my
me-
number 5. It's going to be your number 4. My
Yes.
number 5. I did 2 in Middletown. the year before I met Mary. I did it that year.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I did it the following year with Mary when we got our interview on Channel 12 that time.
Right,
And we're the first one to get interviewed on awards night
Amazing.
that time.
On the red carpet, right?
On the red carpet out there.
Yeah. And we hear our friend Joe Woolley is going to be on the
Absolutely.
red carpet this year.
Absolutely, yes.
So we'll be excited to see him
We
again.
are going to be excited. Absolutely.
Oh, and we're all going to look just dapper, let me tell you. You know, they're going to look dapper. I'm going to look like
Yes.
stunning, okay? At least that's the hope. we
We'd
may even
love
have
to-
we might have to dress Sophia up since she's, you know,
I'm
Oh,
saying,
yeah.
like,
she's one of the co-hosts.
She's a
she
diva.
is giving you the look
She's a
like
diva.
you better just keep on talking, man. You better give us the whole story.
You
And
silly.
she wants every bit of it.
You got
So,
it. You got
what's
it.
your latest project?
Well, I have a lot of projects going on right now. Whether you know it or not, I am now just starting to pastor a church.
Wonderful.
Absolutely. And
Wow.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
So God is opening up doors just to be able to minister to people and
That is
touch people's
amazing.
lives.
Wow.
So yes.
Because I help run services, and
Oh,
Mary's
yeah.
been to it in a synagogue on our Sabbath every Saturday morning. I have the most under the rabbi and the cantor. I have the most important function, taking out the Torah scrolls to read
Wow,
from
that's
every
amazing.
on our Sabbath.
And
And
I-
Mary has seen
I
me
used
do
to
it.
minister to the youth in my church.
That's it's all that.
I was in the choir for over
That's it.
30 years, and I ran all of the children's programs. the
That's
children's,
amazing. That's amazing.
The shows that they did in front of the congregation,
Right.
the nativity that we used to put on every
Absolutely.
year. I wrote it,
Absolutely
directed
wonderful.
it, the whole thing. That's what got me where I am now.
Amazing.
Started all that real young.
Yeah, that's church has a special way of grooming people and
Let me tell you, I
helping
think
them.
she's
You
getting a
okay,
little bit.
Sophia? You all right?
She good?
And
She
today,
good? You okay?
I think she
You want
wants to jump. I think she You all right?
today,
Oh, let's see. Let's put you here for a minute, huh?
She's a little
How's that?
tight. She's a little tight.
There we go.
I love it. I love it.
You know what? We'll give her back to Uncle John.
Yes, yes.
She did her job today. She
She's
did
a
come out.
superstar.
She's yep.
Already.
This is my
Yeah,
son
she's
John. This is Uncle John. He's going to take her back. And here's her
amazing.
pacifier. Thank you very much,
Bye,
Sophia, for
Sophia.
doing your first show.
yeah, you're gonna.
Well, thank you. I think it was a blessing to be able to have you,
Thank you so
hold on
much.
to her for me. I
That's-
know
that's
that
beautiful.
you being a minister is a large part of your life.
We got a sock right here.
Oh.
We want to promote this because this this may go on eBay. This may turn to gold in a couple of
That's-
years. So
that's
I'm
right.
trying to tell you, you
Wait.
better watch.
Yeah, when she's old enough to talk.
That's right.
Talk. We're gonna have her sit right here. and,
Absolutely.
we're just gonna have her. We'll have to bring you back and say, "This
I'm
is
saying
the fifth time,
you
man."
got the training her up already. It's amazing.
Oh yeah,
Ah, yeah.
that's right.
That's amazing.
It was fun. I mean, all last season was always a baby update.
Okay.
Every week. We're in week
Yeah.
20. We're in week
Yeah.
21, and then we had to go off the air for our hiatus, and so we left everybody off at what, week 30?
December 28th was our last show
So yeah, about week 30, because she was
on a
born
Friday,
January
and that was a
27th.
historic because that was we were doing the show on Friday night
Okay.
for 23 seasons, and we switched to Thursday
Yes.
for the first time because this way the people that play instruments and that sing
Okay.
have their Friday nights free.
Amazing.
And now
That's thoughtful of
I
you
can't.
guys.
Switching to Thursday did wonders. I can't keep up with the I got people who gave me cards and information to be on a show. I could book the rest of the season.
Yeah,
That's
think about it.
amazing.
Take
How
us-
much easier it was for you to be able to say yes on a Thursday
That's
night than a
you
Friday
guys are
night.
awesome people. Like that's
We
I
could-
mean, and plus you guys are reputable. You guys are credible and
Well,
authentic.
thank you for
know,
saying
so
that. We
yeah,
try
It's
so
gotten
hard.
so strong, this show, that for a Christmas show this year, which is our biggest show of the year, we got so many guests, we're going to have to probably do it on use one of my other nights, because I have Friday night, I still have a show called the spot
a
that I
new
used
one.
to have, the 8 o'clock spot Friday, is the Mr. Phil's Oldies But Goodies show, where I show an old show, from yesteryear.
Legendary. All
So
right,
I may have to
yeah.
take.
Because we have a lot of older viewers.
That's
They go,
that's
"Oh,
amazing.
I remember that.
Yes.
So in December,
That's important.
And
and
then
these.
you're going to be on one of those.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
10 years from now.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's amazing. Yes.
So with the guests and the requests and all that, the places I'm going to, we may have to take the Friday night and do it that week, do a double header just to get a Christmas show in, which we have to do.
we have to do it.
Christmas part 1, Christmas part 2.
Yeah.
You
That
know
sounds
what?
like a plan.
Maybe we can pull you in for Christmas
All right.
too.
All right. All right.
Yeah,
You
right.
know what?
Presents for everybody. Let's
we,
go.
We can sing Silent Night together. That would
Okay.
be
Oh,
beautiful.
yeah, well,
that's-
Oh Holy Night. Do
All
you
right.
sing that?
Absolutely.
Do you sing it? I
Of
sing it. I
course.
used to sing that every single year in my church. It was not Christmas. My congregation didn't feel it was Christmas until I got up and I sang that song.
Wow.
So if I could do that with you,
Wow.
that would be outstanding.
Absolutely.
The Reverend Mike. I love that. I love
you.
that. You wait. I'm going to give you props on Facebook because him and I are friends on Facebook. I'm
Absolutely,
gonna give props
absolutely.
on Facebook.
Then we have
just
a
for
big
this.
show coming this summer, my 25th anniversary with the station, and
Wow.
Mary suggested a Mr. Phil roast.
Wow.
Yes, I think that'll be
You
hysterical.
have everybody laughing.
Oh, I've got so much on this man. It's not
Wow.
even funny. And I've only been with him for 3.5 years.
Wow. Don't hurt nobody. Don't hurt nobody.
I just can't imagine how much people would have seen him and been here with him for
Right.
all these other years.
Right.
That'd be a lot of fun.
Yes,
So it'll
yes,
be a lot of
yes,
fun.
yes.
We just
Oh,
have
yeah,
to pick
we-
a date and just do it.
In fact, Mr. Carl Richards is even coming up for that.
Yeah.
Wow.
So anyway, but you know what? We're talking and explaining to Mike about all this stuff that we're gonna do. I want to know what you're gonna do. man.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well,
Well,
what are you gonna do? Tell
well,
the people.
first of all, let's start with, we just opened up, we're just starting like Bible classes in our homes and stuff. So we're inviting
Okay.
people into.
Right,
to-
you're doing it in the Bronx.
We're doing actually in Gardnertown in Newburgh, the town of Newburgh. So
Oh.
yes, on Wednesdays at 7:55 p.m., we'll have people come over on actually logging online. And we do a Facebook Live Bible class, so
Oh,
anybody can log in
wow.
if
Okay,
they want
so
the
you're live
information.
streaming and
Absolutely.
people
Yeah.
can just.
Yes,
We,
yes.
uh,
So
Great.
that's one of the things that I have going on, and then of course I have a single out called Movie, and I also have a short film that I'm in the midst of producing. I'm gonna be actually filming on April the 6th, which is Saturday. So.
Wow.
I have Joe Willie. He's on it. Steve Ferrari, Lynette. I have an
Hey,
amazing.
you know what?
yeah.
I might be available.
I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? You guys are invited. So
Yeah.
you definitely
We
could
got-
definitely be a part of it.
Yeah. What I got that day, this show
Yes.
is in Brooklyn, and they're having the Brooklyn Academy
That's
Awards.
Right. That's what I heard
And
about that. The awards.
Our
Oh,
show
wow.
is in the nomination for that.
Congratulations, Mr.
Thanks.
Phil. Yes.
For all you Brooklyn people on Brick TV, we just want to thank you
Absolutely.
for this opportunity.
Yeah, putting us up there like that. That's
Yeah.
You know.
That's amazing. Any opportunity when people see the goodness of what we do and they see the purpose of what we're about and want to
That's
connect
it.
with that, that's amazing. That's
Yeah.
priceless,
That's
Right.
it.
That's
And-
priceless.
And what we all do is,
Right,
I mean,
right.
we're connecting with people.
Absolutely.
And hopefully, at some point, making their lives happier and better.
That's what it's all about.
All the time.
That's what it's all about.
You gotta laugh. You,
You
gotta
gotta
smile.
laugh. You gotta laugh.
I wake up every day. My first goal is I'm gonna make somebody smile today.
Please.
You know?
There's so much pain in the world, when you see the news and you keep turning, so we need a Mr. Phil. We need you, Mary. We need, we need
a
people.
Reverend Mike. Yes.
So when we, let people know about what's going on with us, it gives them hope. It gives them a different perspective of life, and that you don't have to stay down. There's always something
Right.
positive to look at.
Yes.
You know?
The projects that you're working on
Yes.
have a lot to do with that message.
Absolutely. The message is about hope, is about love, is about peace. But what I want people to gather about what this film is actually based on is really based on everybody has a calling. Everybody has a purpose, and it's so important that people find what their purpose is in life.
Right.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? There are
Yes.
people that leave this world without knowing their purpose, and they leave prematurely, and
Right.
they don't get to be able to touch lives. There's something that you receive when you touch people's lives
That is
that's
true.
priceless, that's
Right.
irreplaceable,
Yeah.
that sense of fulfillment.
Yeah.
We are here in this world to coexist.
Yeah,
That's
right.
right.
So, we're supposed to share. We're supposed to care. We're supposed to be able to be comforting. So, this film is really geared towards a
Okay.
young man finally coming to accepting his
Do you
calling.
have a working title?
It's actually
an
called
actual title?
it's actually called Movie.
Just
Like
movie.
so in other words, movie life is like a movie.
Yes.
Right? Life is like a movie. Now here's the catch-22.
Yes.
Will you be happy when you replay it back?
Ah,
Yes.
okay.
Will you be
Oh.
happy when you replay it back? A lot of times people are living with regrets. And they're
Yeah.
living with regrets because they did not make the necessary decisions to make up their minds to find out who they are and what they were called
That's
to
true.
do. So we find that through God. We
Yes.
find that
Absolutely.
through love.
Yeah.
So we embrace that so that we can share with others love and embrace.
Right.
Yeah. And I think maybe sometimes too, if we got that chance to look back,
Right.
we might say, well, we didn't make the best decision there,
Right.
but
Yeah.
it did impact one or two, or I
Right.
wanted to impact 100.
Correct.
Yeah.
That means you worked.
Right.
Absolutely.
That means it worked.
That's right.
So
Right.
where we may have a regret
Right.
that we didn't do the way we wanted to,
Right. Right.
it did have an effect.
And that's what's sometimes we have to learn how to really embrace the fact that even in our shortcomings there are lessons to be learned.
Right.
And lessons,
Absolutely.
do you know that there are people that would love to sit and hear your backstory?
Oh,
That
yeah.
was sitting here that are striving to be where you are. That would
Yes.
just love to hear your process.
Right.
Because your process is full of gems and wisdom that
Right.
they can take on their path and journey and become successful.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
that's one of the things. That's one of the main things
Right,
that
right.
a show like ours, especially ours, and I don't know of any others that actually do what we do, but
Right.
we do take people. They're not famous.
Right.
They're writing their own songs.
Absolutely.
They're putting themselves and their feelings and everything out there.
Correct.
And before we put them out there to sing,
Right.
we have them sit where you are.
Right. Right.
And we do get their backstory.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Because I want people, Phil wants people, we want them to get to know this person so that when they get up there and they sing,
Right.
you got a feeling for who they are.
Absolutely.
And
absolutely.
unlike the major shows of the reality shows on
Right.
major TV,
Right.
we have them tell the good stories
right.
more
Right.
than talking about the negative things.
Correct.
Like
Yeah.
the way on the major shows, a lot of
Absolutely.
these people get. I never hear them hardly giving anything. It's always
Right.
the negative, the tear
Correct.
jerkers, and the stuff like that.
Right, absolutely.
And
Which is a shame.
it's a shame. Sometimes I wonder,
Right.
are they being put through for their talent, or
Right.
because
Or their
of
story.
or their story?
Wow. That's
Because
amazing.
The one,
Wow.
it just, for years, it's been haunting me because I say the ones that don't give us a sob story,
Right. Right.
they're the ones a lot of times, unless they're
That don't
super
get the
good,
opportunity,
that
right.
don't get the
Yeah.
opportunity.
Right.
yeah.
And it's unfortunate. I do believe that it's like the world. They love drama.
Oh, yes.
So we like a nice good story and tear jerkers. We like that, but the reality of it all is, will your story or will your show enhance people's lives in a good way?
Right.
Yes.
And the reality of it all is unfortunate that people are using people's failures to gain money
Look
and
at all
gain
these
Yeah, I
so-called
know.
reality shows.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
They're based on how much can go wrong in an hour.
Right. Right.
And it's incredible the amount of people that watch that stuff.
Correct.
I just hope that later on they're counting their blessings, that stuff isn't going on in their life.
Right.
It's
right.
called reality, but it's not reality.
And it's not everybody's reality.
They ought to
No.
call it unreality.
Correct.
Because
That's good. That's
over
Unreality
they don't.
shows.
And
She's already starting the roast early.
No.
Her now.
I'll tell you a little secret that I'll let everybody know. They don't realize these people, and I've been taught by my former manager who said, "Don't do that.
Right.
Give them the best stories, the things you've done, the
Right.
national TV appearances,
Correct.
all the great things, the festivals and all that.
Absolutely.
Give
Absolutely.
them that.
Yes.
Because if there's somebody watching out there that's looking at
They
you,
need hope.
Yeah.
from
yeah.
that they'll say, I want to give this guy an opportunity.
Right,
Or I
right.
want to give somebody sitting in this state, look what they done, an opportunity.
Yes,
They'll
yes.
That's where they'll get the opportunity, not from saying things that are not related to music.
Right. Right.
Right.
And giving the personal story. That's not going to
Yeah.
get them
Yeah.
Right. You're
into
correct.
a record deal or
Right.
something like that.
Absolutely. Right.
Well, yeah.
Absolutely right.
Now, with respect to that kind of a background thing,
Right.
what is your background?
Well-
Where did you come from to put you where you are now?
Absolutely.
That's a big question.
It's a huge question, and it would take days to because you know what, when I look back, there's so many people that I'm always compelled to honor.
Right.
Honor. I want to honor my mother, Helen Flowerz.
Yes.
Yes.
I could start there.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Times were hard for her back then, but she said, you know what? I had my son at 16 years old. I am going to take care of him. I'm not going to give him abortion. I'm not going to do any of that.
right.
So I have to thank my mother.
Yeah.
I got to thank my father.
Look what she raised.
Right.
Look what she's got
And
here.
and I have to say, a lot of times we don't recognize the sacrifices that has gone before us
Yes.
for us to get to where we are.
That's so
true.
It doesn't start
So
with us.
true.
Yeah.
It starts with those that have come before us. That made decisions. So that I could be here.
Absolutely.
Right.
So
Absolutely.
I'd start with my mother, then I would definitely go to my father and my grandmother. My grandmother, who was actually a great asset and a help to my mother, because she was young, trying to go to school and night classes and stuff, and she watched me. And I'm relating this to a movie. Everybody's movie
Yes.
doesn't start good in perfect conditions,
No.
but everybody has the ability to make great decisions to make sure that their storyline of their movie gets better.
That's
and
true.
it starts to inspire others. And then my mother, she went to Juilliard. So
Oh, did she?
And she went to LaGuardia High School and a school of music and art. And
Wow.
she finished, but she had me, and she's like, I'm gonna take care of my son. So I
So
definitely
she
want
had
to.
you.
Yes.
She did Juilliard at the same time.
Yes. Yes.
Unbelievable. Because
Yeah.
that is not an easy
Right.
school to, first of all, to get
Right.
into.
Right. Correct.
Second
Absolutely.
of all, to go ahead and get in there and pass and to get through it.
And that,
Yeah,
and I-
definitely.
Strong woman.
I have to, give my hats off to my mother because I am here as a result of her sacrifice. So anytime,
Yeah.
when you go through those low moments at times, you think about the sacrifice. Like, no.
Yeah, yeah.
So I have to thank my mother, my grandmother, my pastor, Bishop Michelle White Haynes. She's also helped train me in music. Her son introduced me to the music business.
wow.
Stephen White introduced me to the music business.
Gotta ask you,
Yes.
were you ever in the choir?
Absolutely, that's
Had
what
to
you know.
be in
My
the choir.
pastor,
I was
my
gonna say,
pastor,
your pastor had-
my
you had to
pastor.
be in the choir.
She, I'll never forget. I wanted to be in the choir. Like I was maybe about 11, 12 years old,
Okay.
and I wanted to be in the youth choir. But the youth choir, it started from the age, I believe, like you had to be like maybe about 15 or 16 to go into
Oh.
the youth choir.
Yeah.
But it was a young adults choir
Uh-huh.
at that time. So my pastor called the church. I'll never forget, and she said, "You know what? I want Michael to be in the youth choir, and I was literally put
The
in.
youngest
Yeah,
person.
so I was like one of the youngest person in the youth choir, and
Yes.
I was so excited to be around
Oh,
people who love
man.
to sing and wanted to make an impact in different
Yeah.
in different people's lives. And
Yeah, right.
I was excited for the opportunity, and it grew from there. You
Isn't
know,
it powerful to get up during a service
right?
and watch what the choir is doing, move the congregation?
Right.
Correct. That is
I mean,
amazing.
I know that. I did choir from the
Right.
age of 8 years old.
Right.
See, we had a junior choir,
Right.
which was 8 to say
Yeah, I remember
12.
that. Emma White.
And then we had the youth choir, which was
Correct.
13 to 17.
Yes.
Yes.
And then the senior choir.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yes, and senior choir was a lot of fun, especially when we were little kids and we were in the junior choir.
Right.
The
Right.
people from the senior choir, well, that was all our
Absolutely.
grandmothers and grandfathers.
Yes.
It
yes.
didn't matter if they were blood. That was all grandmas and grandpas.
Absolutely.
And they'd come over, they'd take care of you, make sure your robe was just right. and-
Robes, I remember Robes.
Yes.
Shout out to Emma White. That was my first ensemble. That was the kids choir. Carol Moore, Miss Carol Moore, was the one
Wow.
over that.
Did you have different colors for different?
See, we had purple robes.
Oh, see, we had different colors
Yeah.
for each different choir. Yeah, the youth
That's
choir,
amazing.
The youth choir had the children's choir, youth choir had
Okay.
red,
Yeah.
and then that was the children's choir, and then the youth choir had blue.
Right.
And then when you graduated, you were in the senior choir. You had this beautiful cranberry color with a great gold
Sash.
on it, and we couldn't wait to
I got you.
graduate to the next color.
Wow.
So that was like wow. Okay.
And I have choir practice too.
Yeah.
Training, because that's how I started my singing career in the
Wow.
synagogue all the way back in 1989.
Beautiful.
I was asked to be in the choir. Our big days to perform was our Jewish New Year's, Rosh Hashanah, and our Day of Atonement, Yom Kippur. And I started with them, and that's how my singing career actually started.
So you can connect them with what Mike
Right.
and I are saying
Right,
about
right.
there's nothing like with being with the choir and watching that music move the people in the
people, touch
congregation.
people.
Right,
Yes.
and Mary has seen me
Right.
singing
I've-
Wow.
in the synagogue with the cantor.
I have gone.
Wow.
I've gone to the synagogue with him.
Amazing.
I studied the Jewish faith as well.
Okay, that's
Um,
awesome.
Of course, going to public school, I don't know, like where
I went
you
to both.
Right.
I went to
Okay.
private and public school.
And public school, at least where I was,
Right,
I grew up in
right.
Westchester. They taught you all these different religions.
You're right.
So you knew. We were
Absolutely.
going to school with everybody.
Absolutely. And that's amazing. Like, even in that, I'm still in school, so
Right.
I'm pursuing my master's in theology. So,
Oh wow! Okay,
yeah,
right.
so-
So you want to be full blown.
yeah, like
Full-blown minister,
I'm
man.
really all about imparting, in people's lives.
Yeah, right.
In a spiritual and natural matters.
Yes.
So
Right.
it. I want to say it's a sacrifice at times, but when you really look at the reward, and the reward is when people grab the hope that you're giving.
Yes.
And you
Yes.
watch the hope transforms their lives.
Yeah,
It
You
does.
know,
I know.
It
You know,
does.
I know you know,
I
Mr.
do.
Bill.
Because the thing is this, when I go there on our Sabbath, which we call Shabbat,
Right.
the feeling I get, I
Right.
know, I feel like I'm being protected by God.
Right,
I say,
right.
I'm gonna in this house here.
Right.
Everybody's outside shopping, doing their thing, going, and here I am in this. I just feel
Protective bubble.
His presence. You feel the
Yes.
presence?
Yeah.
I get you.
Protective bubble. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
and I may not be, orthodox or anything or follow all the rules, but
I get you.
there are certain things I try not to do
Absolutely.
on the Sabbath where I have a choice.
Right.
Right.
And that's amazing. We all are striving. Nobody's perfect. We are striving every day to be the best we could be. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Trying to be like the man upstairs.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So, we try to understand that the only way we can do that is by first embracing his love, Embrace the fact that he gives us grace and mercy each morning.
Right.
And saying, you know what, I'm still here. So I'm going to learn how to just embrace the fact that
Right.
there's purpose for today and
right.
just be thankful for every opportunity
That's right.
I have.
I mean,
You know?
Yeah.
I'm more than the cat with the 9 lives, as Mary knows. How many?
Oh, he's going through 15 by now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So many close calls.
Yeah.
Mary knows it because besides her being with me in this business,
Yeah.
she's
Right.
a family. She's my caregiver also.
Yes, this is
Awesome.
my uncle Phil. I've
That's
adopted
amazing.
him. He's my God-given uncle. Wow. I have a couple of God-given sisters
Right.
and cousins, and I wouldn't trade them for the world.
Absolutely.
They mean as much to me, if not more to me, than blood,
Correct.
because there's that connection.
You just took it right out of my mouth.
There's
That's
that
exactly what.
connection, and it's a spiritual connection.
Yeah.
And sometimes people don't even realize they're there.
That's amazing.
And,
That's amazing.
You know, it's just it's just something that you can't help. You can't stop.
You cannot.
When you find somebody like that, you cannot walk away from them no matter how hard you
Absolutely.
try.
Absolutely.
You know, and like you said, you know, a lot of it starts with embracing God
Correct.
and accepting.
Right.
And I think
Yes.
a lot of, for me, because I'm a very spiritual
Right,
person more
absolutely.
than religious,
Absolutely.
I believe that accepting yourself
Right.
is the first step to accepting God.
I get you.
Right.
I understand you.
You know?
Absolutely.
If you can't accept yourself, then how can you go that other step?
Right. And you know, I think in going back to the movie, it's like there's sometimes, especially, I believe that you can get to a point in your life to where, we don't always like ourselves every time.
Of
We don't
course.
necessarily,
Right.
sometimes you look in the mirror, you be like, Lord have mercy.
What am I
What
doing?
am I doing? What is going on in this head of
Yes.
mine? So
Yes.
but what you learn is the fact that God's love embraces you where you are and as you are. Right? And I always
Definitely.
say that God's love is so amazing that God embraces you as you are, but he doesn't leave you where you are.
Right.
So you know what I'm saying? So it's
That's
like
true.
if you allow him to embrace you, he's going to take you on a journey, right? So
Yes.
so that when you look in that mirror again, you see him and not where you've been.
That's
You know what I'm
right.
saying? And
That's
not what
right.
you've done in the past or
Yeah.
or not what what you've experienced through other people.
Right.
You now actually have a joy, a hope. You have faith
Yes.
that nobody is in control of but him.
The,
Yes.
the movie that you're doing now,
Right,
is
right.
that actually going to be like taking someone from that point of not knowing to knowing and embracing God
Well,
or growing that
You
way?
know what's beautiful? I love that you asked that question. The answer is it's actually because I believe in order to share with people the power of purpose, it's very important that we understand that those of us who know a lot of times
Right.
are running from it. So,
Okay.
a lot of people that know what they're called to do, like Jonah,
Okay.
he knew what God wanted him to do because God wanted to use him to
Yes.
save other people's lives, to warn them and help them.
Right.
That was it. But Jonah was so hurt and so broken about the past concerning them that he was like,
Didn't
I'm
wanna
going
hurt
the other
anybody,
way.
make it worse.
Right. He didn't want to. So in other words, Jonah, he had history with the people of Nineveh.
Yeah.
Jonah, he was actually experienced pain from those people as a child. So
Right.
he could not get over it. He wouldn't get over it. But God was like, no, I need you to go. I need you to go over there, and I want you to offer them something. I want you to offer them God's love. Tell
Right.
them about what I tell you to say. And he was like, no. So he runs away. So now the movie
Right.
is
Okay.
coming from a perspective of someone knowing what they are called to be and called to do,
Okay.
but running from it. And when he finally accepts it, he now can help other people
Well,
come
that's-
into it.
I like that because it's going to show him go full circle.
Right, correct, and that's
I love that.
That's the reality of life. There's no
Right.
fabrication. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it's a reality that, you know what? Even although where I am, where I'm going to be, hopefully next year, it'll be further. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
I think
That's with
so.
all
I
of us.
mean,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Right.
So, yeah.
It's like, you know, we're talking all this stuff about your movie and everything, but
Right.
what about the music that you're doing now?
So yeah.
Yeah.
How
What
is
about that?
That's involved? I'm sure a lot of that's spiritual
Absolute-
as well,
a-
because that's the
Right.
heart of Mike
Correct.
Flowerz.
Correct.
But now, what kind of? Because I know you wanted to do a little bit of something for us,
Right. Absolutely.
A
Absolutely.
cappella,
Absolutely.
which I think that we should really get to that before we really run out of time.
We could do that. Let's do
because
that.
I want to do that, and then
Yeah.
can you just come over here and we'll talk about what that means
Absolutely.
to you,
Absolutely.
and where you got. I want to know what it means to you,
Right.
and where you got it from.
Absolutely. You ready?
I
Let's
am
do it.
1,000% ready. Let's do this.
Right. I think it's off, but it's fine.
We're gonna get you
It's fine.
adjusted in 1 second.
I might have to maybe delete because it was running the whole time. So you want me to go and do it real quick?
Yeah.
I could do it real quick. Right. No problem. Not a problem. Not a problem. This is just an opportunity. And for those that are logging in, thank you so much, Mr. Phil and Miss Mary. Awesome people. Beautiful. That. I think I'm going to have to probably delete what I did before. So I could do that real quick. Or, okay, no problem. Not a problem. So,
So here we go.
yes.
Flowerz is gonna give us some acapella.
Yes, yes. So it goes like this. I'm gonna make a movie where my life belongs to you. Jesus running through my veins so fluid. I'm not afraid of the unknown, 'cause you got me. I'm gonna make a movie, walk on water like Peter, so groovy. I just cannot be regular, so I made up my mind to leave it all behind me. I'm gonna make a movie where my life belongs to you. Jesus running through my vein, so fluid. I'm not afraid of the unknown, 'cause you got me. And that's a snippet of our song, Movie, that you have an opportunity to turn your life, guess what, into the direction to where God wants it to be. So why don't you make your movie? Why don't you make your life a great one by choosing God first? Thank you. God bless you. So let's go over here.
Let's come back over here.
Sophia.
You know, so you can't tell me you didn't like that. That was great. That was nice. And you know, we're gonna teach you those little lungs. Are working their way up, because she's going to be a great singer.
What do you
Go
got
ahead,
to say?
sing. Come on, say something.
Say,
She's
look like she
she's
wants to
getting
eat.
ready.
She looks like she wants to eat.
See, Grandpa's got a pacifier. But we wanted you to be able to be here
Amazing.
when Mike was talking to us about his songs, because you know what?
Amazing.
I'm really hoping that Sophia becomes a singer.
Yeah.
And
All right.
that she picks up a lot of her spiritualness from Grandma.
Absolutely.
Right.
You
I
know,
get it.
and surround her with that kind of a thing.
Yes, yes.
You know, surround her with all kinds of good people.
Right.
Right.
Your life can't be any better when you are.
Absolutely.
And you know what? Sometimes I feel that even if your life is surrounded by some not so good people,
Absolutely.
we learn lessons.
Yes,
we
we
learn.
do.
Yes.
We learn lessons.
That's so important.
Now, your song,
Yes.
here, she's got to go to Uncle Phil.
You want to go to Uncle Phil?
So, she's going to Uncle Phil,
Oh,
who
great.
is just gonna. Don't mind his faces because he does the whole boo 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 face. I'm surprised he's not crying. Phil has a habit of crying about everything. So I'm told we have like 10 minutes, but okay. So your song,
Yes.
all right. It's about your movie. It's
Right.
about what drove you
Correct.
to want to do this movie.
Yes.
Okay, that's. I mean, because I'm listening to
Absolutely.
the words that you're
Absolutely.
doing. I know you do other music.
Absolutely.
And you've done music with other artists.
Absolutely. Yes.
And has it all been in that same vein?
I believe that everything that I've ever done has been about relationship
Yeah.
of some kind.
Okay.
It's impossible to love God and not love people.
Oh, absolutely.
So it's about being able to relate to people on different levels.
I think it's like a
Right.
number one requirement,
Right,
honestly.
correct. So my music, it deals with building relationship with people, building a relationship with God, learning how to embrace each other, learning how to especially like my first line says, I want to make a movie, walk on water like Peter so groovy. In other words, I'm saying, Peter walked on water. That means he had to take a leap of faith. In
Yeah.
life, you are going to have to take some chances. In life, you're going to have to trust God and do some things. Dreams, sometimes there's a risk.
Yeah, oh,
Great risk
absolutely.
that you take in pursuing. And when you believe that you have a great purpose and you believe that you are going and called to benefit people's lives, you're going to take huge risks in order to reach those that are around you and those that are actually in the masses. To the
Yes.
masses. So
Yes.
absolutely. So
It's true. You know what? Let me take Sophia for a minute.
Okay.
Uncle Phil, I want to prove something here. All right. Now, she's unhappy right now.
right.
You have a very happy spirit.
Yeah.
A very, very happy spirit. And I have a feeling that once I hand Sophia over to you,
Yeah.
she's going to be happy. Let's see how this goes.
Let's see.
And I know you have children.
Yes.
And how many do you have?
I have 3 daughters.
3 daughters. Oh, so you're not unfamiliar with
Absolutely.
girls.
I am very aware.
How old are they?
They are 3, 4, and 10.
Wow.
Michaela,
Oh, what
Felicity,
a
and
lot of fun.
Epic.
Hi,
Yes.
girls. And
Hey,
this is my
Felicity,
little
Epic,
Sophia.
and
Maybe one day you
KK.
guys can all meet each other.
Yes.
They could be
Hi.
great friends. You guys could
Yes.
teach Sophia some stuff.
Yes.
Right.
That would be wonderful because we're not that far from each other.
She is beautiful.
Yes.
Oh, man.
I think she is too, but as the grandmother, I'm a little bit partial. Just like with your girls, I'm sure you're like, well, they're beautiful. If you didn't say that, what kind of father would you be?
Wow.
Oh
Absolutely.
man,
Yeah, what kind of? You
Yeah.
can imagine. I couldn't even imagine.
my kids know they're monsters. So, do you have any other plans for another movie in the works, or are you working on You're working on somebody else's movie.
I'm
On other
doing,
movies?
I'm doing my own, but I'm also working on other people's
On other people's stuff.
projects,
Wow.
films, also production, producing. I
Wow.
am also with a production team called Freely Written Society.
Wow.
Right.
We are a
Oh, I like
production
that
team
name.
of writers.
I like
Yes,
that.
Dealing with all different types of genres.
Wow.
So I really have a lot of inspiration. Like I tell you, there's so many people that I have watched and studied, and there are people in my life that has really, I guess, have given me jewels along the way, and I have to be
Right.
thankful. Sometimes when a chapter closes, sometimes it could seem a little sad and
Yes.
stuff. But one
Right.
thing I've learned is when a chapter closes, it's important that you grab the jewels that you learned in that chapter and put it to use, and you honor the people that have given you those jewels by
Right.
utilizing those jewels
That's
and then
right.
showing
You
them
don't
respect.
stick them in a box.
Right. You don't.
Yeah.
Don't stick
You
them in
don't.
a
And
box.
each end is a
Use
new
them.
beginning.
Yes.
I mean, As Mary found out.
Yeah, you know, I mean, the one thing, and see now, didn't I tell you? Did I not
Yeah.
just call that this was going to happen? And I knew the minute that she got in there and she was cradled in your arms, she was just going to say, "Hey, I'm going to look at this man, and I'm just going to I'm engrossed."
I love her. Oh, wow.
That's great. And she is just staring you
Mine,
down.
yes.
And if she really could talk,
Yeah.
she would be one heck of a hostess right now.
Oh yeah.
You know, but what I was going to say is, you know, one of the great things, and you'll find out, is when your own child gives you a child to love. You know, when they take the fact that you gave them life, and now you're seeing them give life.
Wow. That has
It's powerful.
Yeah.
it has to be a powerful thing because you're seeing legacy there.
That's
Yeah.
right.
You know, you're seeing you're seeing an extension of yourself.
That's it. So many
Yes.
people say to me, "Oh, it's going to change your life," and this is how I see it changing my life, because now I've seen life that I've creating life.
Yes.
Wow.
I mean,
And it's deep, man.
And that's what God intended.
Exactly.
For us to procreate. For us
yes,
to,
that's right.
You know, that's
I've
a
seen
beautiful thing.
That's right.
mean,
That's right.
I
So
watched-
to
I
to
watched.
have
I w-
her here for
Yes.
our date with our star Mike Flowerz
Right.
tonight. And the reason I keep saying our star Mike Flowerz, just so you know, that she's got lots to say all right now, huh?
Yeah, she does.
Wow. Well, we've taken our format, Mike, just so that you know. Here, Uncle John's going to come and take you.
Yeah, she's.
think she wants some milk.
I think that's it.
seeing it. I'm seeing it.
And she lost.
Attitude
She lost.
like more.
Here, come on over, Uncle John, and let's take the.
She look at her.
Look at the way she looks at Mike. Look at this.
Yeah,
Is that
wow.
not amazing?
think she like, I can see.
You sure she's
This is my amazing son John. He's my third.
right?
Wow.
He's my
Wow.
third. Yes, he's my youngest.
That's
And Sophia is a product of my first,
Uh-huh.
and my firstborn son. He works his butt off. He's a manager
Congratulations.
of Dick's Sporting Goods.
Wow. We need to talk after this.
Wow.
Let me tell you something. Right now, his car is his girlfriend. He has got a
I
Dodge
get it.
Challenger, man.
Woo! Yeah,
Jet
yeah.
black, all black.
Yeah,
now.
all black,
You
all
saw
black.
this car, let me tell you.
Wow.
But anyway, we were talking
Right.
about passing things on.
But it's like when I think about that, like my children, they inspire me to write.
yeah.
They inspire because I see things from a different perspective.
Yeah,
And even with the challenges of life, you look at them and you see you're like you're
minutes?
inspired. It
Okay.
energizes you
2 minutes?
to make
Yeah,
an
2
impact in their lives so that they can remember that impact and then in their own way, in their own time,
Yes.
Absolutely.
to make
Yes,
another
yes.
deposit in someone else's life.
Hey,
So that's amazing.
absolutely. I remember even being pregnant or even being a father,
Yeah.
or an expectant father.
Right.
All of a sudden, things look different to you.
It
Don't they?
does. It does. It's like there is a you are approached with so many different emotions.
I mean, don't
Yeah.
you remember? I mean, when you had your son Al,
Yes.
wasn't it like, wow, okay,
Like, what do I do?
the grass
Oh,
is
God,
brighter.
I was gonna do that.
Yeah,
Okay,
I remember
I
that.
gotta do
Trees are
this. I gotta be
bigger.
this.
I just
gotta-
remembered he was less than 24 hours old, and we were in, at that time, Horton Hospital watching a Yankee game, and it looked like he was watching that game, and his eyes were wide open, and it just seemed like he was so interested
Wow.
in that game, which was an exciting game. I
Wow.
mean, and I remember I gave him his bottle, and he pushed my hands off it. He wanted to do it himself.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's like he's drinking that bottle, just watching that game. He didn't want to be taken away from the TV set.
It's like my
Amazing.
son sat up with me the night he was born and watched the news. We were laying there in the hospital bed, and we're watching the news
He's enjoying
together.
himself. Front rows is in
Yeah, man, he was watching the news. So I'm sure your wife must have had a great time. She's sitting there.
Okay.
Once everybody goes home, but okay, so I mean we've been having such a great talk.
Right,
And this we could just go on like
I don't
this
know, I don't know.
forever.
We'll continue this.
But you do have your movie coming out,
Absolutely.
and it's going to be called Movie.
It's going to be called Movie.
Is it going to be on TV, on
What it's
YouTube?
going to be,
What is it? Where is
absolutely,
it going to find
it's
it?
what we're going to do is we'll be selling it DVDs,
Uh-huh.
and then we'll be hopefully doing a deal with Netflix and all the stuff
Great.
like that, so that people can view it and be a part of the experience.
Great.
Okay.
So thank you, everybody, for
Thanks,
watching.
everybody.
Thank you.
And have a good night.
Have a great night,
a
everybody.
great night.
Thank you. I hope you were enlightened.